Hello and welcome to another episode of JVCTR. Today we are looking at the Beko DTGC8011B Condenser Tumble Dryer. Hello! So yes, you may have noticed in my titles this video has been made possible by the lovely people over at AO. They kindly sent me this to review so you guys can see exactly what it's like at home. Now, I understand that perhaps reviewing a tumble dryer isn't the most exciting of products to be reviewing, so I apologise if the content is a little dry, but I will try and keep it as fun as I can. Anyway, let's get started with the review, and what better way to start than just having a look around the machine. Enjoy. So, as you can see, aesthetically, it looks okay, it's alright. Just two main bugbears for me. The biggest one being the screen over here, which turns out it's not actually a screen, it's just a selection of LED bulbs, which could have been improved, I think. And also the fact it's black. The issue with it being black is it shows up all the finger marks all over it, and it starts to look very grubby very quickly. That said, it is available in white, so if you're purchasing this, go for it in white. This particular model is packed full of features, the main one being the fact it is actually a condenser dryer as opposed to a traditional vented one. Difference being, well, ease of use really. So a vented dryer works by pumping hot air into your clothes, the moisture in your clothes is converted to steam, and then the hot air and steam is vented out through a hole in your house out to the outside world. This one, however, doesn't need a hole in the side of your house. It works on the same principle initially by pumping hot air into your clothes, converting the moisture in your clothes to steam, but this, instead of venting it out, it then mixes the hot air and steam mixture with room temperature air, which is brought in here. It then goes through a condenser, which is held in here. It mixes the hot air and the room temperature air together. That then condenses the water, and then your condensed water ends up in this tank here. Much easier. So let's get on to using the machine, and really it couldn't be simpler. Although this is packed full of features, Beko have done a really neat job of making it really easy. So the features you get with this one, there's hundreds of them, but I mean you've got iron dry, cover dry plus, extra dry, iron dry, cover dry, sports, synthetics, freshen up, jeans, gentle care. I mean, how many plans do you need for a tumble dryer? But really it is quite simple to use. Simply select your plan here, beep 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 beep, and then there's the start button there, boom, easy enough. So I've got my washing here. Let's have a go. What a wonderful world. So after its first cycle, I'm pleased to report that I am quite impressed with the little machine, really. In terms of noise, it is probably about as noisy as you'd expect for a tumble dryer. I wouldn't say it's quiet, but I wouldn't say it's loud either. Beko have rated it at 65 decibels, which I guess doesn't really mean a lot to you and me as a consumer. But for me, in a practical sense, I don't think I would want this in the kitchen if I was trying to eat. But I would be more than happy for it to be in the next room behind a normal internal door, and it wouldn't be intrusive at all. Another point to note is that in my kitchen here, which isn't the biggest of rooms, but I wouldn't say it's the smallest of rooms either, it has heated up the room quite significantly. And for that reason, I would not recommend that this is used in a cupboard or under the stairs or in any confined space really, just because it might encourage mould, and there is a slight chance it's also a fire hazard. So keep it in a nice open room and you should be fine. So let's talk maintenance. There is nothing specific to this Beko that you need to do, but I'm going to run through what you should be doing with all your tumble dryers anyway, just because it's useful. So the first thing you need to keep an eye on is the water tank up here. Make sure that doesn't get full. There is a light on this particular model to tell you when it is full. The other thing you need to keep an eye on is inside the door here is this filter. Very simple, open it up, make sure this doesn't get clogged up with fluff. That is very important, so I tend to empty it after each use. And lastly, this is something that I assume not many people do, but it's nice to keep an eye on. Behind this flap, you have the condenser itself. You simply open up the tray, unclip it and slide it out, and then inside you'll see a load of fins, as you can see here. To clean this, simply put a shower head down the middle. That'll keep it nice and clean and ensure that everything gets condensed nicely. And so, to conclude, the Beko DTGC8011B, catchy name, is a great tumble dryer. I think it's packed full of features and I can't see why you would need anything more. My only negatives, which I've mentioned before, is A, I don't like it in black, but it's available in white. B, I don't like this screen here. And I think overall the aesthetics are a little lacking. So if I had to give it a star rating, I would probably give it a 4 out of 5 for those reasons. Thanks for watching.
If you enjoyed this review, please consider subscribing by clicking here. And if you want to see more of my reviews, please click here to see another video. Thanks for watching!